Ra, Ra was the ancient Egyptian sun god and creator, who travelled across the sky by day in his solar bark and through the underworld at night, where he defeated the serpent Apophis to ensure the sun's rebirth each morning. He emerged from chaos atop the primeval hill, creating himself and the other gods. Originally depicted as a falcon like Horus, Ra became Egypt's dominant solar deity during the 4th dynasty, merging with gods like Herakti, Amun, Sebek, and Khnum. His worship was centered in Heliopolis and extended into royal ideology, with pharaohs adopting the title Son of Ra. As the father of Mut, he embodied truth and cosmic justice. By the 11th dynasty, Ra merged with Amun to form Amun-Re, the supreme god for over 1,000 years. Solar worship peaked during the New Kingdom, particularly under Akhenaten's brief Aton cult. In royal funerary texts, Ra was often linked with Osiris. Amun began as a minor deity in the Old Kingdom, but rose to prominence as the chief god of Thebes. He eventually merged with Ra to become Amun-Ra, the supreme god of the Egyptian pantheon. His name means the Hidden One. After Thebes led the resistance against the Hyksos, Amun-Ra became the state god of kingship, justice, and creation. His immense temple complex at Karnak became the heart of his worship. Amun-Ra was revered not only as a national god, but also as a personal protector who answered prayers. During the New Kingdom, his influence spread to Nubia and Libya, and the Greeks equated him with Zeus Ammon. Although his cult was suppressed during Akhenaten's monotheistic revolution, Amun's worship was restored and continued well into the Greco-Roman period. Geb was the god of the earth, feared as the father of snakes and associated with vegetation, fertility, and the underworld. In the Heliopolitan Ennead, he was the son of the air god Shu and the moisture goddess Tefnut, brother and husband to Nut, and father of Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. Originally united with Nut, the two were separated by Shu to establish the cosmos. Geb is first depicted in reliefs from King Josiah's reign in the 3rd dynasty. Though important in myth, he never had a major temple of his own and was later shown as a ram, bull, or crocodile. As an early divine king, he passed rulership to Osiris and later judged the dead. The Greeks identified him with the Titan Cronus, and he was sometimes connected with Renenutet, the harvest goddess. Nut was the ancient Egyptian sky goddess, portrayed as a star-covered woman arching over the earth or as a cow with celestial markings. She was the daughter of Shu and Tefnut, sister and wife to Geb, and mother to Osiris, Set, Isis, and Nephthys. Unlike most mythologies that depict the sky as male and the earth as female, Egyptian cosmology reverses these roles, with Nut representing the sky and Geb the earth. Nut played a central role in maintaining cosmic balance, swallowing the sun each night and giving birth to it at dawn. She also acted as a guardian of the dead, with depictions of ladders rising to her belly, symbolizing the soul's ascent to the heavens. As a celestial being, she protected the world from chaos by forming the arching barrier between order and the unknown. Osiris was the god of fertility, agriculture, the afterlife, and resurrection, and he became one of the most revered figures in Egyptian mythology. As the son of Geb and Nut, and the brother and husband of Isis, his myth centers on his betrayal by his jealous brother Set, who attacked him and scattered his remains across Egypt. Isis, with Nephthys' help, recovered and reassembled his body, magically conceiving Horus before Osiris descended to rule the underworld. He became the judge of the dead and a symbol of renewal, connected to the Nile's flooding and crop cycles. Osiris was worshipped from at least the 5th dynasty and remained central to Egyptian religion until the Christian era. Pharaohs identified with him in death to achieve eternal life. Osiris also merged with gods like Ptah and Sika to form Ptah-Sika-Osiris, a deity of regeneration, and was associated with lunar and agricultural cycles. Isis was one of the most beloved goddesses in Egyptian religion, worshipped from the Old Kingdom through the rise of Christianity. She played a vital role in the Osiris myth, reviving her slain husband and bearing their son, Horus. As the ideal mother and wife, she became a protector of children and pharaohs, often invoked in healing and funerary rituals. In the New Kingdom, Isis absorbed aspects of Hathor and other goddesses, expanding her powers over magic, wisdom, and divine authority. She even tricked Ra into revealing his secret name to gain magical supremacy. By the 1st millennium BC, her worship spread across the Mediterranean, where Greeks and Romans revered her as a universal goddess who governed nature, fate, and the afterlife. Her influence endured long after traditional Egyptian religion declined. Set was the god of chaos, deserts, storms, and violence. Though often cast as a villain, he played both destructive and protective roles. He was the son of Geb and Nut and the brother of Osiris, Isis, and Nephthys. Set's most famous mythic act was the scattering of Osiris and his prolonged struggle with Horus over Egypt's throne. This conflict, known as the contendings of Horus and Set, symbolized the battle between order and chaos. Set was also praised for protecting Ra's solar bark from Apophis, the serpent of chaos. During the Second Intermediate Period, Set was honored by the Hyksos rulers, and the Ramesside pharaohs, such as Seti I, carried his name. However, his association with foreign invaders led to his demonization in later periods. Despite this, Set remained a powerful symbol of necessary cosmic opposition. Horus was the god of kingship, the sky, protection, and healing, and one of Egypt's oldest and most important deities. He was depicted as a falcon, or a man with a falcon's head. Horus was the son of Isis and Osiris, born after his father's death. Raised in secret, he later challenged his uncle Set for the throne. Ultimately, Horus triumphed and became the model of divine kingship. Pharaohs were considered his living incarnation. Horus had many forms, including Horus the Elder, an early sky god, and Horus the Child, Hippocrates, who symbolized rebirth. The eye of Horus became a key emblem of protection and health. Horus was also linked with the sun and moon, his eyes representing each. The Great Sphinx is believed to depict him as Harmachis, or Horus of the horizon. Hathor was a major goddess in ancient Egyptian religion, associated with the sky, motherhood, love, music, and fertility. Her name means House of Horus. She was a solar goddess and feminine counterpart to Ra and Horus, often called the Golden One, for her radiant connection to the sun and her role in Ra's celestial bark. She was one of several goddesses who embodied the eye of Ra, the sun's fiery disk, and a powerful extension of Ra himself. Hathor became prominent during the Old Kingdom, with her main temple at Dendera and more shrines than any other goddess. She was associated with foreign lands like Nubia and Canaan, and was commonly invoked in personal prayers, especially by women seeking children. While her prominence declined after the New Kingdom as goddesses like Isis rose, Hathor remained widely worshipped until the end of ancient Egyptian religion. Anubis was the god of mummification, embalming, and the afterlife, commonly shown as a black jackal or a man with a jackal's head. He was among the earliest gods associated with death and protected tombs from desecration. Before the Greeks arrived in Egypt, he was known as Anpu or Inpu. He presided over embalming rituals and guided souls into the afterlife. Before Osiris took his role, Anubis was considered the primary god of the dead. He famously oversaw the weighing of the heart ceremony, where a soul's fate was decided. Anubis was closely tied to Wepwawet, another jackal deity, and often considered the son of Nephthys and Osiris. During the Ptolemaic period, he merged with the Greek Hermes to become Hermanubis, a psychopomp who led souls. He was among the most commonly depicted gods in ancient Egyptian art. Ptah was the god of creation, craftsmen, and architects, especially revered in Memphis. He was believed to have created the world through thought and speech, making him a god of intellect and artisanship. Often shown as a mummified man with green skin, Ptah held a scepter combining the was, power, ankh, life, and jed, stability symbols. He led the Memphite triad alongside his lioness wife Sekhmet and their son Nefertem. Ptah was also connected to the sacred Apis bull, and later merged with Sokar and Osiris as Ptah Sokar Osiris. Memphis was thought to be under the protection of Ptah, the patron god of craftsmen. His grand temple, Hut-ka-Ptah, or the enclosure of the Ka of Ptah, was one of the city's most significant landmarks. Thoth. Thoth was the god of wisdom, writing, time, and the moon. Depicted as a man with the head of an ibis or baboon, he was the divine scribe who invented hieroglyphs and maintained the universe's balance. He worked alongside Ma'at and acted as a mediator among gods. In myths, he helped Isis resurrect Osiris and supported Horus in the battle against Set. He was credited with creating Egypt's 365-day calendar. Thoth's primary cult center was Hermopolis, where he was worshipped as the master of knowledge. During the Greco-Roman period, he was merged with Hermes as Hermes Trismegistus, becoming a key figure in later mystical and philosophical traditions.